So every day people use AI to create content. So that's, your Facebook posts, Instagram posts, even YouTube. There are many apps that help you out on using AI. So for editing your content, like your videos for YouTube or for Instagram, it's things like an app called Opus Clip, OPUS Clips. I personally haven't used it yet, but a lot of people, content creators, they talk about how it's very helpful, especially if you are somebody or a company that needs to push out a lot of content or you have a lot of long form. So that's that. And of course, with like ChatGPT and Gemini, and you can create content like your blog post, or even it helps you out with your caption, or if you have even like honestly, I've used AI a lot to put together some content for teaching AI. And one thing I do have to say though, if you are using AI to get things done that you're going to share as a professional, it is best to do that when you actually know the information and you're not just learning it. Like you can't say, here, I'll give you like a health guide, although I'm not a person who's in health. I'm not a nutritionalist, I'm not a doctor. I am not going to prescribe you a guide on your health. I can tell you, hey, this is research that I've done, but you can't sign off on it like that. So with AI, you really have to fact check. So that's why, for me, when I used it to create my content for teaching this AI thing, I already know the information. I've worked in technology where I did research to help them make a decision on purchasing a tool, an AI tool. But not only that, I've worked on a project where we built an AI tool for the company. And these are big companies. They were already doing it before ChatGPT really took off. And with that knowledge, I got introduced to it with NLP, with that word. Like, what is NLP? It was so hard to find information on it really and really conceptualize it until I started using ChatGPT. And I'm like, oh, they literally were right there with the request from the company. ChatGPT really was allowing you to do research on a huge amount of data using the language that you speak naturally. Anyways, all that to say, AI really, really works best when you're using it with your knowledge that you already have. But yet again, it is something that can teach you new concepts. But just be aware as it's teaching you, especially if the model is one that is like ChatGPT or Gemini, it's not trained for just like one specific thing, it's a very general one. Just be aware that it can give you information that's wrong, and that's only because it's trained on internet data or data that is from other different kind of people. So sometimes people write wrong things. People write blogs that are completely wrong, and it's just based on opinion and not fact. Even books can be wrong. So even textbooks have been proven to be wrong. So just be aware that if you're doing research on something that you yourself cannot fact check and say, I know for sure this is information is right, be aware that there's a chance it could be wrong as well. And they like to use the word hallucination for this, but I just want to say it's just giving you wrong information. Let's not try to humanize the AI like that. It's not hallucinating, it's wrong. Anyways, so yeah, you can do a smart search with AI, which is something that I've mentioned as far as with the lawyers and the accountants and even people. If you're doing putting together a report and you need to do research, Perplexity is a really good research application for AI to do that. And of course, ChatGPT, Gemini, all of these you can do research. Personally, I've heard a lot of people say things like, "Oh, Google is dead," all that stuff. I'm gonna do AI search only. I'm not subscribing to that. No, um, because my thought is I still want to have the ability to go to a website and read more information on it. Because all ChatGPT and the other Perplexity do, they do a great job by they pick the websites that they're going to look at and grab little information here and there from them and then summarize it and tell you. But what if you want to go a little deeper and learn a bit more about the topic or learn a bit more. For example, I asked Perplexity a question about to give me some prompts to write for financial advice because I uploaded my bank information into Perplexity, but I wanted to, like what questions do I ask? I can ask questions that I know, but I asked it to give me a list of questions that I can ask that where I can get advice as if it's a financial advisor, and it gave me a good list of questions. And just to test it out, I was like, you know what? I clicked on one of the links that it gave as a resource that it used to give me the list. And when I click on the link, the page that it took me to, for the most part, the whole page itself really wasn't about financial advising or about prompts. It had prompts for financial advising on it, but the main article itself really wasn't about it. So that made me realize, like, no, I actually like being able to use Google to find websites that the whole thing is about my question that I had to get prompt for, as if prompt for prompt for financial advice because I just want to like learn a bit more and go deeper and not just be told the answer. Like AI tells you the answer. It can explain it to you as well, but it's really just based on its design. It's based on its design, and I think if you over reliantly depend on that, you're gonna set yourself up for failure at some point. So planning and brainstorming is also something that people can do and use AI for. If you're planning a trip coming up, or if you're planning a class that you want to teach, if you're planning aesthetics and outfit, or just if you want to see like ideas for makeup and things like that, you can use it. Or brainstorming ideas for a business name, all these kind of things you can do. Um, and then it absolutely can help you with your understanding your financial circumstances. This is one that, depending on where you're at with your finances, it could be a good thing or it could be something that's going to humble you. So just beware. It'll be very humbling if your finances are not that great, but at least it can be a space where you might feel embarrassed at the moment to talk to a financial advisor, which you probably should talk to a financial advisor anyways, but at least with the AI, you can sit down with your mess and really analyze it and ask more questions to go deeper and come up with a game plan that, works well for you and with your actual financial situation and not just a generic one that you hear from like a content creator or somebody who is a specialist, but they're writing for the general public and not just for you. Um, and then for home organization, you can definitely use it to get ideas on colors and things to put together. What I've done before was I took a picture, no, not even a picture, because on Gemini, you can do this thing called live stream, Google Gemini, and then where you can show, I think you can do it on ChatGPT as well. I think, I'm not sure, don't quote me, I think I saw it, but I'm recording right now, so I don't want to go and check. Um, so on Gemini, you can live stream and show AI where you're at, what you're doing. It sees exactly what you're seeing. And I asked it questions like, hey, this is the room. I want to do some, changes. And it was able to have a conversation with me to give me suggestions on what things to put, on colors to use and things like that. So it's helpful with that.